It's your favorite toxic YouTuber back for another video, family. The question for today's video is, am I open to remaining friends after the breakup? And the simple answer to that is 10 out of 10 times, it's an absolute no. And the reason being for that, first I'm going to get into the reason why if we just dated, and then I'll get into the reasons why if we were in a relationship. Before I get into that, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Dismissible Me. Please like, subscribe, share this video, and drop any questions you would like to see me answer in a future video down below in the comment section as well. If we were just dating, I don't see the point in remaining friends, because if we were just dating, we probably weren't friends then. So if I'm dating you, I'm not looking for friendship, I'm looking for a romantic partner. So there's no reason, no logical reason for me to keep that person around as a friend. And what I found is when you keep people around that you dated, especially if they wanted things to be more than what they turned out to be, they have a hard time controlling themselves. They don't really want to be friends. They are hoping to remain friends so that there's a segue into a relationship or the potential of having a relationship or dating again and seeing where it could possibly go. And for me, if it didn't work out the first time, it's probably not going to work out a second time. Especially if I was dating you, and again, we were not friends before, because I don't cross that boundary with friends. There's no reason for me to keep you around, because then I would have to start, in my mind, at square zero and grow a friendship with you that's based strictly on friendship and not based on any type of attraction. This, I feel like, is a waste of my time and effort, because I understand once I decide that I'm not interested in a relationship with you, I was never trying to be friends. There's no reason to have you around. As harsh as that sounds, because I am also listening to what it is that's coming out of my mouth, that's honestly how I feel. Now, when we get into relationship land, and when you're in a relationship with somebody, there's a level of friendship there. But I also don't feel the need to keep that person around either. And that is, when I'm ready to move on, I am ready to move on. I don't want to have any loose ends, somebody who's still around. And for me, even if I end the relationship, which it is typically me that throws things in the toilet, I'm ready to move forward. I have definitely thought about all of the consequences of ending the relationship, how it is going to affect our relationship moving forward, because I know and understand we're not going to have a relationship after this point. I thought about going no contact and what that's going to look like and how that's going to affect me first, how that's going to affect the other person. I do think about that. I understand that this person is, especially if this situation is not ending mutually, like they still want more, they're still very attracted, or they want to continue to work on things and it's clearly not going anywhere for me. I understand that it's very tough. I understand that it's very painful, that I am hurting somebody's feelings, that it's more likely than not that I'm going to hurt this person's feelings by cutting the communication, cutting them out of my life. Because it's not just the communication. If we're in a relationship, you've probably made it to my social media. You're not going to see me anymore. I'm not going to see you. I'm not going to check up on you. I'm not going to block you and unblock you. People that block and unblock, that's straight clownery to me. I don't understand it. It's a total manipulation, and I don't like playing those games, which is part of the reason why I do no contact, and I'm all about that, because when I decide to move forward, I am only looking forward. When I'm in a relationship with somebody, I really do give it 150% of my effort. I give it 150% of my attention for the most part. I struggle with prioritizing my relationships, but when I do get into a certain place and I'm emotionally invested, I do put a lot of effort into them. So it is a major deal for me to end a relationship and go no contact. And again, there's no friendship because I always opt to go no contact. I'm not going to keep you around. There's not going to be no birthday text from you to me because you blocked, unless you're reaching out from fake numbers, which I've only had 2 people do that. which now I'm at the point, because this one person, that maybe I just don't give out my real number to start with. But in me choosing to move on, I'm also choosing to remove myself from this other person's life. So it's not just I'm kicking this person out of my life. I'm also removing myself from someone else's life. To me, that's the easiest route. To me, trying to remain friends is continuing to torture somebody while they're in a situation that they probably didn't want in the first place, right? Because I'm the person that definitely, while I put all the effort in that I can possibly give, I'm usually the first person to tap out, because I'm a big picture person, and I can see down the road. And especially when we're having the same types of conversations over and over again, I understand that this is a roadblock that we're probably not going to be able to fix. If I thought that we could fix it, I wouldn't be talking to you as a single person right now. I would have fixed the issue. It wasn't going to be fixable, whether it was my issue or yours or mutual or both, whatever it is. When I decide that it is done, that this thing cannot move any further, I cut all ties. And it doesn't mean that I'm angry. It doesn't mean that I think the person is a bad person or they're the end of the relationship. It's not that. It's when I decide to go, I go. I'm not looking back, wondering what could have happened, because for me, I gave it my all, so what happened, happened. There's no need to be friends with somebody when my intentions from the get-go was not to be friends. None of my friends are people that I've ever dated. None of my friends are people that I've ever been romantically attracted to, physically attracted to in any type of way. That's not what I do. I don't cross that boundary. If you're my friend, I probably even value you more than a relationship partner, because you're going to be around, you're going to be around longer. So for me as a person, I'm never open to friendship at the end. Now, in the future, I can't say, but there's a 99.9% chance that in the future that's going to continue to remain the case. I don't understand the logic behind that. Now, if you can explain the logic to me and it's not keeping the doors open to other things, if somebody really doesn't have any more emotions, then why are we friends at all? Why don't we just both go our separate ways? I don't understand people that keep their exes around as friends. I feel like that's just a lack of boundaries. And I also feel like those people are just waiting in the wings as placeholders to take the place of the new person that's coming forward. So for me, if I blocked you and I was done with you, that's how everybody else was. Anybody else before you, blocked, deleted, I moved on, I don't speak to them, just like I don't speak to you anymore. This is a pattern of doing things. I don't double back. I'm not keeping exes around. If we dated, and we don't talk anymore. If we were in a relationship, we were in a relationship, and now we don't talk anymore unless we're talking. So, family, thank you for submitting your questions. This one was a good one. If you have any questions you'd like to see me answer, drop them down below. Let me know where you're watching from. Like, share, subscribe. Find me on Instagram. You can reach out to me, email, or even you can set up a phone call situation. All that information's in the description box. And family, I'll be tapping in with you very soon. Keep it real.